Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Right information,
the right take of interest,
and the right station.
I heard the Minister for Information and trying to rationalize why the NLC should not go on strike.
So one of the challenges at there's a lot of poverty and there's a lot of illiteracy.
Let's talk
on 95.9 Nigeria Info.
This is Hard Facts.
Hard Facts on 95.1 Nigeria Info. All right, people, welcome to another incredible, amazing, informative, educative, and slightly entertaining, I would say, Hard Facts show for today, the 4th of January, 2024. How are you? Are you holding up? Is the year looking from your personal point of view and projections? It's going to be one of the best years of your life. Or you are concerned about the year? Too early to be that much concerned.
Somebody said any work done in January is just giving that extra bonus to because it starts in February. Because January can get used to the new year, trying to...
They say these things in like Singapore, in like the US, in China. Do they have sort of conversation as to how long January is?
We would always give excuses or find it to make up for the bad behavior we get to put out there. But then, no pressure. It's a way to deal with whatever issues that people are going through. Just track yourself with that idea that, January shouldn't be that difficult. However long it might seem. But interestingly, already means it's in a hurry somewhere. Hopefully,
I know.
It gets done later.
I was heading out and I was talking with a colleague from CoolFM.com. Or was it you? Year just feels as if it feels 2023. I don't know. But yeah, I'm lagging behind.
For those who are paying their house rent this month, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like a new year because the pressure, like, I'll have to renew my rent, I'll get kicked out. And those who are paying fees, going back to school, all those things, it will make you realize that it's a new session, it's a new year, and you need to get right. But if you're still chilling, well, enjoy the honeymoon.
Now, some people are just back before the deadline of the subsidy transpires, so...
That's today.
Yeah. All this talk are still pretty much in the holiday spirit. I'm trying to tell you.
Because for those who are taking the train as their option, there's this Wall Street and the report I read that the workers, some of the workers in the railway corporation have sabotaged, wherein they booked a test. That's why it's very difficult for you to use the online
I
form.
got here and I shared my story with you. So you need to hear word on the street before you know that's what is going on.
They book the tickets and they sell to those who want to take the free option.
I told you I was tried, come back. Every that I know tried it. It wasn't accessing it. It just wasn't working. And then the only alternative like, go to the train station and see if you can get it. But I said, but the Nigerian Railway Corporation specifically told me they should book it online and not go there. And then days after, Lagos started saying, the app is come to the station, and people started showing, their ticket that they bought
online.
not online, that they got from the train station because the app wasn't working. Yeah. But why? Why would the government give me a free ride and then suddenly you say, every minute, is it 5,000 people, maybe 500 people, or 50 people? I don't know. They came up with 15 something number and said, trying to book the ticket at the same time.
That's just an excuse.
Yeah, I know, right?
Excuse. And seeing that, the workers who, according to what they shared, who allegedly sabotaged the efforts of the government, it just shows that, maybe we're not ready for what we really want. If we would go and sabotage some of these things, we're supposed to have life easy, but then somebody wants to reap of that ease that has been provided for us.
Yeah.
It's a bit unfair. Really selfish.
Indeed it is. Well, we'll move. Thank you. We no go agree for anybody. This year, we'll not tolerate things like that. Let it end with 23.
Someone shared something yesterday about applying for a job. And if you apply for a job and you get a rejection, tell them that you mean Jews. So rejects the rejection. That's how you should push your faith. And just you go all out for really? Well, it might work for some, but not everyone will be able to have that confidence to reject the rejection. But if you can, not. You might get feedback from that, from an extra meeting. You might get feedback from
You
that.
reject the rejection or anything you be on top, I see. All right. And just to clear the air, Ipman is coming out saying no plan to hike petrol price. I know you've heard that before and it still happened. But hear it again, that the Independent Petrol Marketers Association of Nigeria today said that there's no member to increase fuel price. The public relation officer, Larry Waju, disclosed this while speaking in an interview, warning Nigerians against panic buying of petrol. It says, although the possibility of another hike in pump price has been dismissed by the energy on Wednesday, many Nigerians are still apprehensive. Meanwhile, Ipman assured oil marketers cannot unilaterally increase the fuel price until otherwise told by NNPCL.
We've been down this before.
I know, right?
And our trust level right now, there's
You
no
recognize
trust
all
at
the
all.
potholes on the road. You recognize it enough to know not to, but it's okay.
Sit comfortably and give, but it would lead to panic buying, which we are warning against. But people panic buy, and one morning the price has been increased. How would they forgive themselves for not doing what they could have before the increase happened? I think it's important that they just come out with truth. Maybe give a timeline. It's possible from XYZ date, an increase could happen. That way, there's a time for you to purchase or fill up your tank in the hopes that when that increase happens, you're able to afford it. But it just goes to show that if that increase ever happens, life in Norway would be more difficult for average Nigerian in terms of transportation. Will on to affect every other thing. Food, the price of goods in the market, which has been said to go up in 2024. So, well, I would say just
You know what? Right now, Farabale, just relax, breathe. They're not planning any such thing. I know a lot of people even don't think it has already come into effect. We're even asking on social media, who went to love today? How much was it? I'm like, guys, relax. It's not coming into effect. They're tender waters. There's speculations. It hasn't happened yet. Feeling the pulse kind of situation. Let's see how the people respond to this. Let's play with numbers and figures and amount and see which one is the most realistic and acceptable in the public space. It's not the first time, it's not the second, it's not the third, even not the last two. Try this strategy and throw out an amount and throw out the possibility of something and get the entire nation talking and deliberating. And then we get the NLC railed up. And at one point, we come to a consensus, a middle ground. Not much what you want, but then away from what we want.
Well, but the last time this was put out, the NLC won. There's ever an increase in pump price. They go on strike without any warning. And that somewhat made the government hold back on whatever increase was going to happen months ago. And if this increase ever happens again, it means that we'll grapple with strike action this year, which is something that the government is trying to. We've seen ASU they've been calmed down for now, so we won't be seeing any strikes until something random comes up.
Surprise.
Hopefully not. So then doctors have also warned about the strike because they want to have a conversation about a review of their pay, and they're saying if nothing is done this month, that could happen as well. We're hearing strikes here and there, and this pump price, if it ever happens, well, God forbid, they've already reassured us nothing's going to happen. Well, maybe a strike would not happen.
Yeah, that's bring you that reassurance for today. So far, we have talked about the railway, just a light update there about railway and the fact that some people have been dragged in, like you pointed out, called out, or are they even going to penalize them at some point in time? The report say.
It did not say anything about penalizing them. It just made us aware about the fact that if you have issues purchasing,
also,
yes, if you have any issues purchasing during the holiday season,
this is what happened.
Yes.
Well, it's something for the Nigerian Railway Corporation to really look into because it was difficult for a lot of people to get the ticket. And the assurance is that no such thing like a fuel price hike happening for now, unless otherwise directed by the NNPCL. All right, the stories. If you're still wondering, it's the Roundtable already. We started the story. That's more of the big stories driving conversation in Nigeria. I'm Kim, he's Itodo, and we'll take this to 4:30. We'll open up the phone line to get your take on the stories that we're looking at, and we'll shift to get something else. Oh yeah, by the way, would have Body as a consultant. He will be our guest. We'll be looking at the vision so far and how much we achieved from it as the president assured the country steady electricity in his New Year message. So let's move to the next story. The former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development currently is in the news. We talked about it, was it Monday, where we mentioned that She's been invited by the EFCC for questioning over a certain investigation that is going on, the amount 7 billion naira. Well, the EFCC has asked Sadia Umar Farouk, former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, Social Development, to turn herself in without further delay. Umar Farouk was Minister from 2019 to 2023 in administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, in December, EFCC arrested James Okote, a contractor, for allegedly laundering 7 billion naira. The arrest will leave to be connected with an ongoing move of the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry. Now, while reacting to a report linking her to the contractor, the ex-Humanitarian Affairs Minister said Okote is completely unknown to her. And there was a report. This minister shunned the invitation of the anti-graft agency, and they had reportedly threatened to arrest Umar Farouk over alleged fraud. Then he wrote to them today. Daily EFCC spokesperson said Umar informed the anti-graft agency that she had health challenges and was unable to honor EFCC's invitation. It is true that she should not show up, but she later, pleading for more time, explained that she had health challenges. Oyebo was quoted as saying she did not shun invitation. She actually gave a reason why she could not meet up. He said lawyers also had the commission to brief the anti-graft agency of why she could not come on the invitation, and the position of the commission, she should turn herself in without further delay.
All right, so that's pretty much that update on that regarding the EFCC and the Prime Minister. A lot of people like to see how this plays out, because most times after a while you're hearing any updates about such things. But it'd be great to see, because a lot of questions were raised while she was Minister, and we'd like answers to that, hoping things play out just like they've been stated.
I know repeatedly, even on social media, she's come out to disturb from the Okwete guy. Like, I don't know him, I don't know what you're talking about, but 7 billion naira, ma'am. I'm getting under your ministry. You can't play the ostrich here. You should know, minister. You're like the other top, overseeing a lot of things, and there's a lot of need that you should be aware of if anything's happening. So it's just to answer questions. And it's interesting how, government officials and all of that always have issues when there's an investigation going on. I don't know of one has not grappled with health. Perhaps it's just the pressure of that invasion. It starts from there, like EFCC wants me, and your blood pressure spikes. Because you can go either ways and walk away free, or you can chill for a few days in Kuje. For example, CBN, I know one is like P.S. Morgan will say, you're the cock in the world, the next thing you're a feather star. But that's a finite one in the sense that people die with that one. But 1 minute you're just high up there and controlling things, and the next thing you're getting an invitation that could land you a weekend or weeks in Kuje, or just back home.
It's also possible that they had the health challenge before they left office, and once that invitation comes in or that action comes through, it was already there. So
a lot of young people are battling with all kinds of pressure right now. So I can understand if they invited EFCC, ICPC. I don't know if the health thing comes when but I know that with EFCC and ICPC, the DSS,
because you're uncertain how things will play out.
It comes with health condition. But they've told her to show up as soon as possible. Let's hope that the doctors will be able to stabilize her enough to show up. I don't know how serious it is. Get well soon, ma'am, and hopefully come clear your name, and let's see how and what happens next.
Maybe that's very important. Before public office officials to office, you should know their health status to be able to understand if
they're very alive and vibrant. They're going in, say for a handful of them.
They can noticeably see.
Don't battle with much of it until they have a key to answer. Some of them, like the later Dulu, yes, things can happen way in. Anyone can break down at any point in time. But always very curious that it always comes when there's an investigation, or when they need to spend time in jail or in police, DS, EFCC custody. There's just always that. And then the next best request that will come, can you give us time to go abroad for medical checks?
And that's the end sometimes. Let's go on a break. We'll come back, we'll get into your reactions and more stories.
On your number one talk station of the nation, Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja. Let's talk.
Abuja, our mic is on.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. is Nigeria Informed.
The conversation. I want to get your perspective on some of the stories. Feel free to call us up. Do you think time in the near future, if the price of PMS is reviewed upwards, Nigerians will be able to cope with it right now? Ipman is saying no to do that. NPC has said no plans to do that. But we've heard that before, and it still happened nonetheless. But that's not to make panic. No plans for now. But, sometimes you wonder, if it were to happen, given the fact that subsidy is off the table, and we are at the mercy of forces, market forces, and global rise of petrol, and the global politics that could even shift the price even further, how much increase do you think Nigerians will be able to cope with?
If any increase at all. Maybe reduction is what we need right now, with how difficult things are. Yeah.
Most definitely, it'd be cool to reduction. I would like that. Really.
How low would you want it to go, Naira? I'll be asking for
maybe
what?
250.
Okay.
250 sounds reasonable.
If we were us,
yeah. Okay. And then why is that public office holders, government officials always grapple with health issues? Is it perhaps maybe they're not doing their routine? I know some people when they come out of like the civil service and not doing their regular, 8-5 and all of that, their body shock of it. And what do I do with health comes in, and kind of health education starts to come in. Is that what the matter is with them? Because the ones who are out of system are the ones half the time. The ones who are still, or maybe they're just holding themselves up,
trying to complete their tenure before they.
Yeah.
Right. That could be it.
But what's your take on this investigation by the EFCC? 37.1 billion naira fraud. They've asked the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs to answer some questions. She says she has known this gentleman, but right now she's on weather. Let's hope she gets well soon and respond to that.
Well, live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, and you can call 0700 951 0000 and 08095974489. On WhatsApp, you can call or send a message to 080-993-0137. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome.
The Agaba Itodo one.
Good afternoon.
The only one Itodo, I greet you, sir.
I greet you too.
The Oracle.
You're welcome.
Nagesheki.
Welcome to the show.
My name is Alasi. I want that with the issue of Farouk. If you answer, these people in public office, they enjoy everything. They enjoy security. The DA are there. In fact, the entire thing, they can't even see them. So now, I'm of answering. Just go. Answer. Somebody say, you are aware of that 37 billion. Say you don't know the person. Hey, go and clarify now. If you don't know the person, go and tell them that I go and tell to the EFCC that you don't know. Then the person that I'm expecting for them to invite the Minister of Aviation. Where our flight? The flight, and it disappears. Where is the flight? So they should to come and tell us where the
more of the plane, yeah?
Ethiopia. Yes. The flight. So these are the things. These are the people. They should invite many people in the Woman Accountant General. 190. So where are the remaining money? They collect all the billion. Where are the remaining balance? Bring them. So these are the things. Therefore, the issue of fuel must increase the world price. So, in fact, I don't go to any one now. Yes, it's normal. You are saying panic buying. Who take the money to even go to panic buying? So if they're able to reduce the price, even if it's 300 or 250 naira as the Oracle, that will be okay. So please, surely, this fuel price will be increased. And you will say, this is the country that have crude totally refined. Even the refinery, the fair and mechanic aspects have started working. Even they have people start refining. So people who are celebrating that our refinery have started working, no, it's only the mechanical. As you don't see the gas light for off, they say, it has started working. That is like celebrating. While still up to now, they're still waiting for them waiting. And others, we are the makers of this. So it's only when in Kenya, when the remove that substance go high, the people come out to the street, they know. And the governor that have business that have listened here, listen to the human subsidy. So look at what Nigeria is going now. Go on and go ahead. I miss you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show. What's your name?
My name is Abuja.
Go ahead, sir.
I start from this way. Where are the salaries were supposed to work under the January 24? And it is last 2024 that the salaries were supposed to be working. They paid all they have fixed it, and they have not done anything for you. Up to now, one of propaganda is this Nigerian government. Why do people keep punishing the less privileged? Go out on the street, my sister, every morning. Do not travel this Christmas because I will no more. Go out of the street every month of the street, every evening, you see people like lying. Let's go to the system home. They are suffering. They are hungry. And that woman, they are trying to please you. I do all that. Look at them because if you die, they bring your case to the court and judge your case. After burying you,
Oga, calm down. We don't do that. We don't bring coughing anywhere. Thank you.
Now when I'm calling you to come and appeal them, you claim that yes, thank you.
And then you said nobody traveled. Well, up the government, about 160 million plus people.
60,000.
60,000 people traveled on the subsidized transport, whatever. And that was even before today. So then there are lots of people who still traveled, but they didn't benefit from subsidies. So people indeed traveled.
Yeah, it did. Abraham says, we're not serious as a nation. Somebody will steal billions of naira and when they will honor the invitation by AFCC. This is the same thing that fed school children during the lockdown. All right.
Let's take this one and we'll go to the water message.
Hello,
you're welcome.
How are you doing, sir?
Very thank you.
Wish you same. What's your name?
My name is Nation from Kwa.
Welcome, sir.
And to keep this issue of Taro, I want to tell you a story that I go through earlier. And we were talking about putting of this money for palliative and all that. Some of our callers say the government is doing good things for the city. I want to hear them now talking with this revelation going on. They came to our place in Cuba and visit my wife for this issue. After some days, they will send a message to us. Later on, they will call my wife. We received the command said that we should come to Buhari accounts. We went in. You know what they did? Many of us that had an account before, they decided to another bank account for us with Zenith Bank. Are you hearing me? Instead of them to clarify everything for us here at Buhari Zenith, but they pay us to area level to go and activate our ATM. When we there, they revised us back to Buhari area council and told us whenever the area council is ready, they will compile our name and send them. They will now open their account and message to us. Up till today, and as I'm talking to you, up till today, now the relation is coming out. You know those who say this government, when we are crying for this, some of us we are crying. Let them come out and tell us what is happening. Maybe some of them they have and how the money goes. Is it not the same thing this government is again? This is again in this same government. All the money they say they give to individuals, I am telling cover the claim.
Well, that's you speaking. Alleged, we don't know for sure.
I say, thank you, please.
All right then. Thank you very much. Let's hear some more. You speaking.
Good afternoon.
Alleged, we don't know for sure. Okay.
Hello.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. What in?
This is Stephen Diolos Kubwa.
All right, Stephen, go ahead.
Okay. I just want to say that why some of our leaders, whenever they are called for investigation, they instantly one head injured the other. To me, I myself said that they use that time to see if they can beat their way, so that they can settle out book. Not that they are actually sick. Them can also cause it. But they avoid it. Even the president now, those of them who are in one position or that can avoid this by knowing what EFCC, DSS, and ICPC call them for question. That is what we are asking for. Even though some of these questions come out with nothing. But the extension, if they can't beat their way, they can't settle behind to cover, their sins to be exposed. So those of them who are in position now want to do what is right, so that your conscience after all will be clear. So that one about whether they will increase, certainly we don't pray, but there is never any news in Nigeria that is fake. It's almost 99% correct. They will only deny it, but give them 2 weeks, 1 month, it will space to be real. So then stop deceiving us. If you want to increase it, let them do all them, believing, knowing fully there is God who is watching them and who they will answer for one, and they will not remain permanently in the office. That is why some of them fall sick and all what not has to them, because while they are there, they do what is right. They put people in difficult time. It is not supposed to be so. We are in this nation. Every citizen in this nation supposed to live largely and do very big.
All right.
Because of what we have. Let them stop torturing us. Not in hell.
All right. Thank you very much. Will you some messages?
Yes, let's do that on WhatsApp right now. Over Airport Road says, why the preferential treatment? She should be arrested at once, just the way others were. Emily equally has health challenges. They'll have health challenges, and this is ridiculous, is how he ends the message. Someone gave conspiracy theory that it's not about. I think it's a mix-up in a message. Johnny P says, concerning the Sia Umar Farouk and EFCC, why is that anytime politicians have a case with the hand grabbed, health challenges suddenly come up? For example, the same precedent, I think EFCC should build a clinic there. Okay, Johnny is saying that. And OGB says, why can't EFCC go and pick her up? The drama started. If it was an ordinary person, they'll be arrested, not invited. Why so much respect for them? Maybe a plea bargain or presidential pardon. This thing will continue. Tugri Moke Massacre says, sister should go and answer her call because this money was made paid to end power. Challenges is not an excuse. And Sandra Njabi says, it would be great to experience a down review of the pump price of PMS. Personally, I don't want to think a review. It'll be horrifying. I used to fuel with 13,000 naira for full tank. However, 50,000 naira gives me close to tank, and that takes me for just 8 days. In God's name, they should not increase it again. On the former minister's invitation, they never get it when they do what they do. When it's time to answer, sickness go enter Nigeria, my beloved country. And Oludade Abuja says, these people must not go unpunished. They made distractions and waste of time. Nothing will happen to her and nothing will come of this investigation. It's going business as usual, is what PA in Mabushi is saying. Don't hold your breath that the minister will be brought to account for the 37 plus billion naira or the fund misappropriated. I guess I meant for corrupt public servants. Watch the trend over the years and justify. That's from Mr. Rowe in Durumi. And that's pretty much his end.
All right, then. Let's hear by telephone. Turn off your radio, please. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Welcome.
Hello?
Apparently, you can hear us, so let's go to what?
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Itodo, Kim, Happy New Year.
Welcome. Happy New Year.
Yeah, just calling from Katampe.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Okay. All this news coming out, I think is just government. They just want to give what to talk about. We don't need all these stories. What we want is let them do their investigation. Let's arrest the people involved, investigate them, send them to cover our money. That's the bottom line. We don't need all these stories. And if I may ask, the question I want to ask, what is this present government doing to prevent the reoccurrence of such situations from happening? What we should be asking this government. Even as they are prosecuting, at the end of the day, you may not see anything, may not come out of it, but in their own, when they are in government, what are they doing to prevent such situations? Let me give you a typical example. Recently, a few months back, Wiki said he was doing palliative, and they got trailers of loads of rice that they want to do and some other ingredients that they want to share to people. Is that the proper way we should be handling such things? I mean, at this present that we are in, we should be talking more technological ways of handling this kind of things where you can talk of accountability. This government, they are not, to be honest with you, are not serious. Because they say they are giving you 5 trailer load of rice. I bet you they will go and give people one mudu. They will take maybe 2 trailer load and go and share with for one mudu. The remaining one they will take it and share with their people. We need more practical steps in curbing corruption in this country. Not what they are. All this one, let them start from themselves. Start preventing corruption from happening. Such incidents, not when they will go and share money to people at the bus stop. That's number one. The area of energy. Kim, do you know that America today, they are the world leader in LNG export energy. America today, they are still using coal to generate electricity. The same thing, China is still using coal. They are leaders, though, they are still using coal to generate electricity in their country. So why don't we ask ourselves, all these resources we have gas, we have coal. Which of these resources can we use to generate electricity at a lower cost, so that to bring down the cost of energy to the people, so that the cost of energy will be cheaper for our industry, so that the cost of goods in our industry will be cheaper, so that we'll be able to be competitive with the outside world.
All right.
China, you see the cost of their goods as cheap as it is. It's because they've reduced the cost of energy in their production. That way they are reducing goods at a lower cost. And there is no way we can compete with this kind of people at the cost of their own production. When we are producing goods, our factories are using data to produce goods. So these are the which government should be thinking at this point in time.
Right.
For instance, they are the producing energy from hydro from water. And very cheaper rate. What we are paying in our country today, the total energy consumption in Nigeria today is not up to 10% of what Brazil is producing.
Right, sir. All right, sir.
From hydro down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. One more story in. I know that a lot of people have been talking and very legitimate concern about manufacturing in the country. And when we talked to Majid, we did talk about even the production put out by MAN, the Manufacturing Association of Nigeria, on the outlook for 2024. Grim, the first half of it, hoping that things will pick up at the second half of it. And so Nigerians were concerned when the news started making the round that one of the biggest, largest manufacturing syringe manufacturing company in Africa was shutting down. And, it felt like, here we go again. Why are they leaving Nigeria? What difficult is it to do business in the country? And this company was actually, I think it was the Vice President, Yemi Osibajo, in 2017. And just like, all right, great, at least we can manufacture this one. Hopefully we can also expect to neighboring countries. And, some reports that they were shutting down business due to the hostile business environment. And I know that the Manufacturing Association of Nigeria also responded with said the environment in Nigeria is a difficult one to do business. However, the Syringe Manufacturing Limited, GSM, says, we're down for now, but we're restricting. We're not shutting down totally, completely, the operations in Nigeria. The managing director of the VKS group of companies, Onur Kumar, said in a statement yesterday at night to clarify a previous one who claimed that a company on our Akwa was shutting down its operation because of Nigeria's economic environment. I think they were the ones that put out their statement themselves. People didn't conjure some of the things. It was based on the statement out and the fact that we're shutting down people were told to leave and all of that. Well, he came back yesterday to say it is a restructuring phase and it will make the company experience a break in setting period. He didn't say how long. If it's going to be for a day, 2 weeks, a year, he didn't say. But he just said of the Julie Syringe Manufacturing Company and assuring everyone that they don't need to panic. They're still in business and they are poised to keep a commitment to remain the producer of the highest, best quality syringe in Nigeria. Now, highlighting some of the challenges the company is grappling with. Since they were inaugurated in September 2017, to produce top quality syringe in Nigeria, in addition to creating hundreds of employment opportunity for Akwa Ibom State people and Nigeria at large. However, the huge sum invested in the syringe factory, the management staff have been unable to meet up with its expected target. Hence, the decision of the investors to shut down and restructure, kind of like reorganize the management team, the task structure of the production line for better profitability and sustainability. He said the reorganization of the syringe company is a decision of the investors following the ability of the management to meet up its targeted expectation for several years, stressing that the shake-up only affects management staff and the entire structure of the production line, which is geared towards better product of the company, and he assured that the company return to full operation soon. Then they set up the multi-million-dollar factory. It's important to critical review of its operation and that of management. And if you're not making profit and the monies you put into it, you've not been able to recoup your investment, that's not a good one. It's a business. But then you're looking at a business that how many competitors do you even have around that you're not doing good? So one, it's a good thing to even shut down. See, what's the management doing? How many top-notch syringe manufacturing company do you even have in this neck of the woods for this population and this kids that you're not breaking even.
Well, investors want returns on their investment.
I would want return if I put my nickel anywhere.
Yeah, and it's a little over 6 years. Expect that they were able to break even to an extent, but that's not happening for them. And how is this shutdown going to be for? Is it until things pick up in Nigeria and they're hoping that they'll be able to restart the restructuring and do better? Or is this just a ploy to distract people from paying attention to them and being disappointed in the fact that in the duration that they've been around, found the power being employed, some of these people will lose their jobs and be back in the streets trying to get a new job, seeing how difficult things are and how the employment rate is literally off the roof right now. We've seen a lot of businesses, international businesses also leave Nigeria recently for various reasons. Local businesses have had to shut down because they're unable to meet up with the demands. And you might do in business if you're not making any profit. What's the point? You're making a loss, spending on your own savings, putting into business. So a lot of businesses right now are going through that decision to either collaborate, shut down for a while, take a break, work on their strategy, come back, and it could either work out or not.
I hope they're able to sort themselves out and come back, because one, we have a lot of this kind of manufacturing going on in the country, and if you're looking at what they produce, they're one of the largest jobs created. It'd be nice for them to come back. And, going by the statement he put out, it looks more of a poor management to the environment, which we know that a lot of things ties together. A lot of things, businesses flourish. The internal reasons and the external one, the policy produce the market, the consumers, all of them can come in. But your own internal issues, isn't that why I taught in school back then that evaluate your strength and weakness, the SWOT analysis? Yes. So I guess they are looking at the internal one. Managing, going on how many years?
A lot has changed in 6 years. So as much as I want to blame men for the thing.
No, I'm not totally, I don't even have all of the detail. But we understand
you are blaming them. Like
climate.
People want to blame them. Yeah. He's blaming them rather for not doing good enough, passively. There's also the issue of things have changed in the past 6 years. A lot has changed literally in 6 years. That's happened. And we can only hope that they come back. But what does it mean for investors, which the government constantly get to remind us that we are ready for investors in Nigeria? Are we really, or are we just, is there like a smoke screen, a make believe? Because you can't hide these things for too long. They might come in and not see any return on their investment and not be happy with the way things are playing out. So there are a lot of questions to be asked and answers need to be provided. How do we hope to bring investors to Nigeria and retain them in the long run, ensure that whatever investments they're bringing in is able to change the trajectory of the country?
Oh, well, management, they have a lot of questions. And if they sit in just the environment, well, I hope that they're able to. It's easy for them to say that the environment is not favorable because, we know how hostile it is. But then the composition of the management, the entire structure of how they operate an organization can make or mar. There are certain organizations that are flourishing because of the watertight structure put in place. And there are some that you put 10 of people and they become very exploitative. It's just about them and what they want to make of it. I'm not thinking about big, the picture, the raw interest of the investors and business that they're doing. You've seen some of happen in some businesses. So it's a good thing that they are restructuring, which is wise. Haven't we said about Nigeria also? If you see something isn't working, paying off, you take a step back, introspect, reevaluate, recalibrate, and then restructure yourself to fit into something a bit productive. It's insane for you to continue the same script strategy and hope some
miraculously
wind of luck, things will change. So let's hope they don't stay for too long.
Well, we can only hope, fingers on their behalf. But wish them all the best, and we hope that they are back soon. And those people who might be losing their job to get retained and get back on track.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the full 0700 951 000. It's one number to call, or 809 597 4869.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Kimberly. Abuja from Wawale.
Welcome.
As president, where is the favorable environment for business services, commerce, entrepreneurship, and industrialization to take. Where? How can a company or manufacturer make a gain in this present ratio when we servants are rationing days to report to work, when teachers are not reporting to work in our schools? It's not. People cannot travel. People cannot transfer goods and services. What kind of economy are we running? To tell ourselves the home truth, nothing but the truth is the economic operators. They are killing Nigeria economically. They are killing Nigeria. There's no way. They are saying they are carrying from. You are carrying the phone on bankrupt country that is supporting businesses. How do they flourish? You say you offer a free ride, product somebody for some elite group of people. It that's problem of Nigeria. And whenever former public office holder been tried to be brought to book, they will develop sickness. But I have seen in a day in my life where some police went to effect some arrest. They did not meet the man. They met his statue outside a grazing. They arrested the statue instead of the man. That is, when you are ordinary person, yeah. But if you are a member of ruling class, they will take your excuse of not feeling well. It is Nigeria, double standard. Thank you.
All right. Hello. Welcome. Good afternoon.
Hello. Okay. Before he starts to disclose state secrets, might as well help him.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Auntie Kimberly.
Welcome.
Itodo.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Thank you. It's Karatu calling from Niger State.
Go ahead, sir.
I want to talk about this point of faith. Is it time for we to refine and to some neighboring country? I think some countries like China, American themselves, they have either by 2030 or 2050, they will not be useful anything like oil again. Then what is our plan? Our line of crude. You understand? And we have been following CMG cars. I believe we tend to affect our economic while we don't have any good plans on ground. But now all these American and China stop using all these fuel cars, we see that we have not to do again. I think the federal government should just do something about it. We should do something about it. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's hear another caller.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Madam King, good afternoon.
You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, happy New Year.
Wish you same. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, this is the message.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. On the issue about the price of petroleum, I just want to warn the government that they should please, so they should try it. Unless what the NNPC is telling is truth, that they don't have the plan to increase the fuel, because Nigeria will not be able to pay it. People are suffering, my sister. Now, one thing, the price of petroleum again. They should not just try it, not just go there at all. Even though the promises that the refinery will start, this one will start. We have been expecting Dangote to produce. We don't know what is happening. We are just hearing news that Dangote 400 million barrels, they are expecting 100 million barrels to meet 600. I don't know. We have to get where we can apply the refinery that is ready to produce. What is happening?
Which refinery is ready to produce exactly?
Dangote refinery is ready to produce.
Okay.
Isn't that because the problem again?
Nobody Dangote get a million barrel just a couple of days back. I don't think Dangote's problem is shortage of crude at the moment. It's received about 4 million barrels of crude at this point in time. He hasn't started refining just.
What I read on the internet, they have to complete the 600 million before they can start production.
Okay.
That the start production will be 400. The thing will stop halfway, so the thing has to complete.
All right. Well, sir, we need to run. We need to run the news, though. We'll be back with more. Thank you very much for calling.
Yeah.
This is Nigeria Info.